to see how beautiful the deities are. It's really something exceptional. And if we develop this taste for having the darshan of the deities, that means that you have been blessed. Because by seeing them as they are now tonight, it's very rare. Why? Because there's so much love and devotion put into addressing them, and love and devotion and decorating them, and love and devotion in serving them 5 times a day, with bathing them, and then 5 times a day. We bathe them once a day, but 5 times a day we feed them. So these are not idols; they're actually deities. And what you're seeing here is actually Krishna, Radha, and Krishna themselves, because they're not, let's say, served as idols. They're served as actual deities. And gradually, as we become purer in our consciousness through chanting Hare Krishna and bowing down to the deities and offering service, offering them nice little gifts like flowers and so forth, our appreciation of the deities increases, and eventually we develop love. And tonight we're going to talk about Pramapumartha Mahan, that the real goal of spiritual life is to attain pure love and devotion for Radha and Krishna. This is the most important, let's say, thing to know how to love Krishna, Radha and Krishna. So that's what we teach at the temple, how to love Radha and Krishna. And how to love anyone. You offer some service, you offer homage, you offer your life. You're ready to do whatever is possible to make them happy. Now, if you think they're just idols, pieces of stone or marble or whatever, really develop that deep sense of attraction to them, and you don't develop that deep sense of wanting to offer service. But if you understand that they're not idols, that you're actually looking at Radha and Krishna right now, and they are blessing you. And if you look at them with love and devotion and an attitude of service and above all submission, then their vision becomes always, let's say, in your eyes, in your mind, all week long. That's what we need. That we need to come to that point where we can see them always, whether we're sitting in the temple or whether we're outside. By dedicating our life to pleasing Radha and Krishna, everything becomes much easier in life. Everything becomes more, let's say, full of peace and happiness, and loving relationships begin to become stronger and stronger. So there's a real, let's say, benefit in coming to the temple and learning to serve the deities by bowing down and in other ways, offering them service, giving gifts to them like flowers, etc. So tonight I wanted to talk about Prema Pumartha Mahan, the highest achievement of spiritual life is to attain pure love and devotion for Radha and Krishna. Pure love and devotion, we don't really know what pure love is until we surrender ourselves to the deity of Radha and Krishna and serve them. Then you begin to learn how to love others. We learn what is love by serving the deity, hearing about Radha and Krishna, surrendering ourselves to be their servants. And by engaging in devotional service, little by little, as our love grows, it expands. And we're able to develop loving relationships with people also. That's very important. Of course, there is a major difference between love and lust. Most relationships in the material world are based on lust. Lusting to enjoy somebody else's body, lusting to make money, lusting to become famous, lusting this, lusting that. Lust is very prominent in the material world today. But love is a rare thing, and I think most people would agree with that love is a very rare thing. It is something that is experienced when we surrender ourselves to Radha and Krishna and offer them our loving service. Then we begin to experience ecstatic feelings of love that we expand towards other persons also, because Krishna is in the heart of every living entity. And wherever Krishna is, Radharani is there also. So by learning to come and bow down before the deities, offer service to the deities, give them gifts, and pray to them, and hear about their pastimes, then our love increases, and then you're able to expand that love to others. There's a very nice verse that says, Parabhavas tavad abodha jato. It's from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. If a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his or her mind is called karmatmaka, colored with fruitive activity. As long as the mind is impure, consciousness is unclear, and as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he or she has to accept a material body. This is a very significant verse. It's from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 5th chapter, 5th canto, 5th chapter, 5th verse. 555. It sounds like a lucky number. But it is a lucky verse because this is explaining to us how to achieve a successful life. Now, what is success? That's the thing that we should discuss first. Success is having complete surrender to the Lord, to Radha and Krishna, and engage in their service and help others also understand the importance of loving this sacred couple. So that is real success. Okay, so it says, as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is, just touch it to me. Just touch it. Okay, thank you. As long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Well, this is factual. We suffer due to ignorance. Like, for example, when someone takes up smoking, and they eventually smoke for 20, 30 years, eventually they have lung problems, they may get lung cancer and they die. That's called ignorance. The lungs are not meant to be filled with smoke. They're meant to extract oxygen from the air and keep the different organs of the body alive, or acting, with cleanliness. So the worst thing that a person can do is to self-destruct due to ignorance. So people are self-destructing due to ignorance all the time now. They're taking narcotics. They're eating junk food. They're engaging in illicit sex. They're eating horrible things like fish. By the way, fish are what you would call scavengers. If you have a fish tank, and you have to go and buy some food for fish, what is the food that fish eat? Dead worms, dead bodies. That's what fish eat. And when people think, well, I'm not going to eat any red meat, I'm just going to eat fish. That's even worse than red meat. You have to see what the dead animal is that you're eating. But if it's a fish, you're eating all the dead bodies that fish has eaten. See? So that's called ignorance, eating things that are in the mode of ignorance. So you have goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are three qualities, sattva, rajas, and tamas. If we are living under the influence of rajas, or passion, and tamas, ignorance, we are self-destructing. That is, that we're actually our worst enemy. You don't need any other enemies, because we're ingesting things that are poisonous, and we're doing things that are undermining our health and well-being. So therefore, in the Shastras, it's recommended to live a sattvic life. Sattvic life means living in the mode of goodness. So in the mode of goodness, one gives up self-destructive activities. Eating meat, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication, and things like that. Those are all things in the mode of ignorance and passion. So a sattvic life, one only eats things that are, let's put it like this, not causing unnecessary hurt or violence to other living entities. So if you eat fish or if you eat meat, that's severely violent. But if you eat, let's say, an apple or an orange, that is not so apple. The apple and the orange are also living entities, but it's not as violent as eating flesh. So, do they teach that in schools? No, they don't teach that in schools. They teach, they usually have this pyramid of diet pyramid, and near the bottom they have meat and fish and eggs and all those things. Those things are all detrimental for the health of people. Now, one time I said that in one program I was having, and one lady got really upset. She said, "What do you mean? I mean, if I don't eat meat, I'm going to be sick. I gave up meat. I became a vegetarian. I was very sick, and I needed to eat meat." Okay, so now she has some personal experience, and she's convinced of that. But there's more to that question. It's called karma. Karma is activities that we perform that have negative or positive results. But whether the results are negative or positive, it keeps us entrenched in the cycle of birth and death. So it may be true that this person felt better by eating meat, but she did not consider the karmic result of it. The karmic result is, for example, if you eat meat, especially beef, then you will have to take as many births as there are hairs on the body of the cow that was killed, and be killed in the same way. That's unbelievable. You know how many hairs are on the body of a cow? It's like hundreds and thousands. That's how serious it is to eat a cow. But people are not aware of this. First of all, they're not told this. And if they're told this, they don't believe it. But now I'm going to give you the evidence that it's a fact. If you look at what's happening today around the world, and it's what's been going on since the beginning of time, there are wars, and some wars are extremely, extremely horrible, where hundreds and thousands of people are being killed, there's genocide, and so forth. This is all due to meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication, but especially meat eating. Therefore, what is the proof of that? Well, the proof of that is, let's look at people and cultures that don't eat meat, that don't eat fish, and are basically plant diet. They basically have a plant diet. What is the result of that? The result of that is peace, happiness, and being happy. Why? Because you'll live longer, your whole body will function better, and you're not building up a very big karmic reaction from eating meat and other flesh animals. So we see today in America, in 1 year, Americans consume 55 billion animals. That's just the United States. We're not talking about the whole world. 55 billion animals. That's a huge number. And because of that, America is unfortunately a very violent place. And just 2 days ago, there was a very nice young lady in college, and she was murdered. She was murdered by a person that's a illegal immigrant, and she was murdered very violently. And you read about these things in the papers, and every day almost there are things like this happening in this country. It's horrible. Why is that? It's because the culture has degraded so much, and it's basically because of meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication. Intoxication is very dangerous because a person who's intoxicated, they can lose their mind, they can lose control of themselves, and easily kill somebody, or kill themselves with car accidents and so forth. And the meat eating has tremendous karmic reaction, especially if you're eating cow meat. According to the Bhagavad Gita and the explanation of the acharyas, if you eat cow meat, you'll be slaughtered, you'll get very bad karma. And that karma is that you will take as many births as there are hairs on the body of the cow that you ate, and be slaughtered in the same way that the cow is slaughtered. I mean, that's a heavy, heavy karma. And just imagine what that means if you're, a convinced meat eater. You're gonna stay in the material world for hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of years, suffering for, because there are a lot of hairs on the body of a cow. In fact, is the cow here right now? Is Ramdas here? No? He didn't come yet. Okay. Yeah, he'll be here at 7:30. I'm sorry. Yeah. So why would anyone do such a stupid thing as eat cow meat when the Shastras and explain the result of such an act of violence against such innocent animals? That's why every Sunday I have Ramdas, our little cow from our farm, come here so you can pet him. The kids especially like him, and everyone sees how gentle and sweet this little cow is. It's important to see that gentleness and sweetness. Traditionally, the cow is one of the 7 mothers. Why? Because most kids are brought up drinking milk. I'm still drinking milk. And therefore, she's like our mother. We should have tremendous respect for cows. We shouldn't eat them. We should protect them. If you come to our cow sanctuary in Redmond and also in Arlington, we protect the cows. And because of that, we're able to get very wonderful milk. I don't know if any of you have tasted our milk, but it's really wonderful because we have cows that are not going to be killed. We have cows that will live a peaceful life right up to the point of death. And we protect them. It's very important to do that. This cow killing is one of the reasons why there's so much violence in America and around the world. Somebody might want to argue that point, but you can't argue the point that you can't say that there's no violence in the United States and around the world. There's a lot of violence. But now, what is the cause of it? Well, one of the causes is this massive killing of cows and eating them. It's very, very sinful. And, like I said, a person who kills a cow, a person who eats the cow meat, a person who cuts the cow's body, a person who sells the cow meat, a person who transports the cow meat, and so forth, they all get the karmic reaction. And the karmic reaction is you have to take birth after birth, as many hairs there are on the body of the cow, and be slaughtered. So that's a very, very severe karmic reaction. And we should think about these things. If we want to know and stop, let's say, the violence that's going on. We have to learn to associate with cows. You can come to our farm. We have cow cuddling. You can actually hold them like this and give them a little kiss and cuddle them. And you'll see how well, our cows are very, very friendly because they know we're not going to kill them. And they react to that. They'll come out, and if you give them something to eat, like a banana, they'll lick your face. They'll try and, that's the way they express their love, and they try and lick your face. So it's very important that we have this relationship with cows, a relationship of protecting them, loving them, feeding them, playing with them. Cows are actually very playful. They're more fun than dogs, believe me. In fact, I'm trying to get more miniature cows, because miniature cows are much better, let's say, companion than a dog. There are, well, you'll see now when our miniature cow comes, they're much, much more friendly, much, much more easier to take care of than a dog. In fact, Prime Minister Modi, there's a lot of pictures of him with miniature cows. Those cows are called pangolan cows. They only get about 25, 26 inches high. They're extremely cute, and you can keep them in your house. In fact, a lot of people are now purchasing them. They're expensive. They're purchasing them, keeping them as house pets. So it's very nice. By the way, if you would like to have the visit of a cow to your house, you just ask us. We bring our cow, Ramdas, who's going to be here in a half an hour, and you'll be able to, usually Hindus like to have a cow to come and visit their house, especially when it's a new house, or if there's some special ceremony or ceremonial day, because it's auspicious. And the cow is like our mother, or one of the 7 mothers. So we should have a very, let's say, intimate relationship with cows, much more intimate than with dogs or other types of animals, because they reciprocate that loving relationship in a very wonderful way. So therefore, the most important thing is how to develop a love for God. Now, we have our deities, and you look at them tonight, they're absolutely gorgeous. And they're just shining, they're smiling. The clothing is beautiful, and it's something that it just goes into your mind and you can't forget it. It's a special experience, seeing them and having darshan of them. This is because the pujaris that are dressing the deities have love and devotion for the deities. They actually treat them like real persons, and they are real persons. It's not that they're idols. Of course, many Hindus refer to deities as idols, but they're not idols. When they're worshipped properly, you're dealing with genuine, let's say, expansion of Radha and Krishna, a deity. Expansion means that they have expanded themselves and they're present in the deity form right in front of you. And now, that is an important idea to have in your mind, that you can actually, many people say, look, it's hard for me to believe in God because I don't see God. Well, you just come to the temple, you'll see God very easily, and in all His glory, and not only God, but Radharani, who is the most merciful lady and she's blessing everyone. So here we have the opportunity to have close relationship, very close relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and meaning Radha and Krishna, and to be able to serve them, and to be able to have a reciprocal relationship with them. Just like many times people bring milk and other things as gifts for the deities. People ask for blessings of the deities. People want to, be present for different festival days when there's special darshan of the deities and so forth. This is very important if you want to have a life of peace, happiness, and love. These are three things that are essential to have a successful life: peace, happiness, and love. This is not happiness by smoking marijuana. This is happiness by having a relationship with God. And it's not only Krishna, but Srimati Radharani, who is the supreme goddess and the most merciful goddess. She has her hand up like this, and she's ready to bless everyone that come and bows down before her. So we are proliferating or let's say explaining in depth how to love God. Because if you love God, at the moment of death, you'll be able to remember God and you go back to Godhead. That's called the real success of life. The greatest, let's say, gift that you can give to your loved ones and children and so forth is to give them the gift of loving God or loving Radha and Krishna. If you do that, they will be able to go back to Godhead, and you will also. That means that you attain eternal life. Now, we are all eternal, but as long as we don't actually develop genuine love for Radha and Krishna, we cannot go back to the spiritual world. The spiritual world is more real than the material world. The material world is full of illusory things. Like, for example, when, sometimes you have money in the bank, and sometimes you don't have money in the bank. Sometimes you're healthy, and sometimes you get sick. Sometimes you have good relationships with people, and sometimes you lose those relationships with people. Sometimes you have a job, and sometimes you're laid off from the job, you see. So all these things are, let's say, illusory, because each one of these things you thought was going to last and be, let's say, a way of sustaining yourself, and it turned out to be a disaster. Sometimes you're married, and then there can be divorce. So all these things are experienced, not by everybody, but by many people, and it's devastating. So therefore, where do we find solace? Where do we find some, let's say, way of not being devastated by these type of situations? It's only by having a relationship with Krishna or God. Then we can not be devastated by these situations. Many times people are successful, and then they might make bad business decisions, or they might be laid off from their job, and they commit suicide. Why? Because their whole life is based on making money and spending it. It's not based on developing love for God and sharing it, you see. when your life is based on loving Krishna and sharing that love with others, no situation, no matter how bad it is going to destroy your desire to live and expand your loving relationship with Krishna and sharing it with others. But if you only have a relationship with money and your 401k and this thing and that thing, and you lose those things, many people commit suicide. They don't know anything more than the money and the material things. And it just shows how bankrupt people are and have become. So previously, in Vedic history, people were living much more simple life. They were growing their own food. They had small farms. They were having a lot of children because they could support them with their by having one or two cows and having fresh vegetables and fruits in the garden. The weather was friendly for them, and in this way they were able to sustain their lives and not be so dependent on a lot of money. They might not have been rich, but they had everything they needed because they had a natural life, and they were living in harmony with nature, not against nature. So living in harmony with nature means that you believe in God, you pray, you work honestly, and especially if you have a farm, you take care of the cows, you protect them, and you cultivate the land, and you grow your own food, and in this way you have the two basics that you need: milk and vegetables. And your life is very simple, and it's full of happiness. Why? Because you have a simple life. Now, farming might be difficult if you get caught in the nonsense of modern farming. But if you go back to the original way of farming that was in India for thousands of years, you're not caught in that net of ignorance. And you don't, you're not like buying fertilizer and using all kinds of poisons to kill insects and so forth. So there's a very, very important need to learn how to pray, to live a spiritual life, and be a generous person, and a person who actually follows the rules of Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal, and Dharma means the laws that God has given us to live by. So if we follow those laws that God has given us to live by, we will be peaceful, we will be prosperous. In fact, let me ask you a question. Why was India invaded so much by outside people? Well, the answer is that India was the richest country in the world. If you go back 100, 200 years, it was one of the richest countries in the world. That's why it was invaded so much, and also pilfered. People were stealing things like precious jewels and gold and so many things from Indian temples and so forth. So how did India become so rich in previous times, if you go back 150 years, 200 years, 300 years? Because the most of the people followed Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan, of course, means eternal, and Dharma means the rules that God has given us to live by. So That's what made the people very happy, peaceful, and prosperous, very prosperous. So prosperous that they were being invaded a lot, you know. So we have to understand what is what it was in the Indian culture that made it so wealthy. It was Sanatana Dharma, following the principles that Krishna has given us in the Bhagavad Gita. 5,000 years ago, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Arjuna asked Krishna many important questions, and Krishna answered them. And by answering those questions, he revealed to Arjuna who he is and how Arjuna can please him and what is the real purpose of life and how to achieve that purpose by chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is so important if you want to be successful spiritually. It will completely purify your mind and your body by chanting. And it will give you an opportunity to taste the nectarian, let's say, life of a genuine lover of Krishna. So this chanting is absolutely important for anyone who wants to have a spiritual life. And it is the easiest way to have a spiritual life and to be successful in that spiritual life and material life. It makes your material life easier and your spiritual life full of love and peace. So this chanting of Hare Krishna is very important if we want to have that love, peace, and happiness in our life and sharing that with others. Chanting Hare Krishna is the Yuga Dharma for this age. Yuga Dharma means, Yuga is the age that we're living in, and Dharma means our real occupational duty. Our real occupational duty is to chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting Hare Krishna, not only you please Krishna, because you're chanting his names, you please Rama and Krishna, but you will attract all the devatas also to protect you. The devatas are servants of Krishna, and they can do two things. If you worship them for material benefits, they can give you material benefits, but eventually you will lose them, and you'll be very frustrated. But if you worship them to help you come closer to Krishna, then they act like gurus to help you understand your relationship with Krishna. And they will make it very easy for you to come very close to Krishna and have a peaceful, happy life. So the devatas are devotees. They have maybe not the same level of purity as Krishna, but they are great personalities and powerful personalities. They, you have devatas like the sun god controls the sun. The rain god controls the rain. So they're very powerful, and they are supply agents of Krishna. And they're all devotees of Krishna. So if you worship the devata as the servant of Krishna, then you get the greatest benefit by doing that. So let's say you're worshiping Lord Shiva, or you're worshiping Indra, but you're worshiping them as servants of Krishna. They will they become like gurus, and bring you closer to Krishna. If you worship them like God, then you have a problem there, because they are demigods, but they're not God. They're very powerful, but they will give you material benefits, but then you will lose them and you'll be devastated by it. But if you worship them as servants of the Lord, they will help you in every way to come closer and closer to Krishna. That's the proper way of worshiping the devas. There's proper way and improper way. The improper way is very popular because people want material benefits. But material benefits are exactly the same whether you get them through the devatas or you get them through buying stocks or whatever. They come and they go. And at the moment of death, they're not going to be able to save you. You can be the richest person in the world. You're not going to be saved from death and miserable karma by having a lot of money. In fact, probably will suffer. In fact, it is actually sinful to have a lot of money. That means that you're hoarding money, and that is actually sinful. The money should be used to help people and to glorify Krishna, not to just keep it increasing in your bank account. So everything has to be used in a proper way. Today, people think that whoever has more money is successful. No. To get so much money, they have committed a lot of bad karma. And when they die, they're going to get the results of all that bad karma. So it's better to understand how to spend money. You should spend money, excess money, for helping people and especially for expanding Krishna consciousness. Then that's the right way to spend your money. So even Napoleon said that money is a good servant and a bad master. So when you just collect it and keep it in the bank and want to keep increasing it, it's not going to help you at the moment of death. You can't bribe Yamaraj. And usually people that make a lot of money, they usually cheat also and make other people's lives difficult. But if you use money in the service of God or service of Krishna, that's the proper thing to do. It makes the world a better place and it'll make you happy also. There's nothing like seeing people who are suffering helped, and so that they can have a life that is decent, not a life in which they're always poor and what you would call suffering and having difficult time just feeding themselves. So, when Krishna consciousness is practiced in the home should become a mandir, and the actual owner of the home should be Krishna and Radha and Krishna. Just like you see, this temple doesn't belong to me; it belongs to Radha and Krishna, and myself and everybody else that live in a temple or work for the temple. We're all servants of the Lord, and we serve to please the Lord. We don't serve. We're not trying to, make money for ourselves. Everybody needs some money to have let's say, minimal life, but it's more fun to have a little bit of money and all the excess money used in the service of the Lord. So that way, many people are benefited. Just like, let's say you come and you make a mistake, and instead of coming to the temple address, you go to the neighbor, and you knock on the door expecting to go see the deities and go into the temple, and all of a sudden you realize you made a mistake, and the neighbor says to you, "Who are you? Why did you knock on my door?" And you say, "Oh, is this the temple?" He said, "No, it's not the temple, and you can go over there. It's the next block, and don't come back again." Right? But here you come, the door is open, you come in, people are smiling and they welcome you, and there's singing, there's dancing, there's pravachan or some significant talks about what the purpose of life is, and then there's prasadam. So there's a big difference between somebody's door in which they tell you, "Get out of here, I don't know who you are," and you come here, the door's open all the time, right? And people come and they're welcomed and they're offered prasadam and offered respect and so forth. So this is important. The temple should be a place where people can come and feel safe and feel inspired and feel happy and share that happiness with each other by chanting and dancing. Now, chanting and dancing, especially during arti, is very important because Krishna likes to see the chanting and dancing of the devotees. See, he's watching you. In other words, you might think you're coming to the temple to have darshan, but actually, you're coming to the temple to give Krishna darshan of you. He wants to see you dancing and being happy. That makes me more happy. Especially if you chant nicely and dance nicely, right? So that's why we have arti. Arti is to please the Lord with different pleasing things like ghee and lamp and this and that. But the idea is that Krishna becomes happy when he sees the dancing and the happiness of the devotees. Right? So we should learn to dance very nicely, sing very nicely, dress very nicely, smell very nicely, take a nice bath before you come, put on fresh clothes. The more you're clean and full of, let's say, energy to dance and chant, the better. So, I'm going to stop right there. Are there any questions anyone might have about some of the things that I said? Did Ramdas come yet? No, he's not here yet, right? Huh? Oh, okay. Anybody wants to ask a question, they can answer, or they can ask right now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes.
Maharaj, today's topic is the develop love for Krishna and Radha.
Yes.
What are the few primary qualities that one should develop before we can start tasting love for Radha and Krishna? Yes. What are the signs, symptoms that we need to develop?
Seva. Save you, save me. Seva, doing service for the Lord. That's what is the precursor of developing genuine love. Because when you serve Radha and Krishna, then they reciprocate in very specific ways with you, and you'll begin to experience it. You see, I'll give you an example. That many times in the earlier days in Krishna consciousness, when we didn't have this big temple, we had a house, and it was mostly a broken down house. So, and there were always some problems, like we had a sewer problem. Our sewer was not working, right? And so I dug a big trench from where the sewage was in a tank out to the street almost, right? It's against the law to do that, right? And eventually, some people came from the government, and they were looking at it, and they were like scratching their head, what's going on here, So I told them, look, we're having a problem with the sewer. And they said, well, look, you don't have the right to just dig a ditch and let the sewer go out into the street. So I said, well, what are you going to do? They said, well, you're going to have to get, a plan to make a connection to the street sewer, right? I said, well, I was trying to do that. I said, no, that's not the way to do it. So they really helped me, they could see I didn't know what I was doing. They really helped me, and eventually we connected to the underground sewer of Sammamish, and it solved the problem. So sometimes, you make mistakes, but if people see, even, the city people, they say, look, you don't really know what you're doing, but we'll help you, because we want you to do the right thing. And then it costs some money. Of course it costs some money. But they fixed it. And then we didn't have to do, what you would call nonsense solutions. So most people are good. They want to help other people do the right thing, right? They want to help out when there's difficulties. And it's not a bad thing to ask help. So I did go to the city, people, and told them, I said, look, you have to help us connect to the sewer, the city sewer in the street. And they said, why? I said, because otherwise, we're going to not be able to function. And eventually they agreed, and then they paid for it also. So in this world, sometimes you meet good people, sometimes you meet bad people, but most people are good, especially if they see you're humble and you need help. And they'll help. Even though there are people working for the government, they don't want to see other people make mistakes and be in a difficult situation normally. So because of the goodwill of most people, life becomes easier. Therefore, we should do the same thing. In other words, show goodwill and try and help others. When you help others, you're actually helping yourself, because people will reciprocate. The best thing in the world is to have good neighbors and good friends. Sometimes there's a saying, a good neighbor is better than a faraway cousin or relative, because the neighbor is right next to you, right? And your relative might be, 100 or 1,000 miles away. So it's good to make friends with your neighbors, because one day you can help them and they can help you. Okay, so I want to read the names of the feast sponsors for tonight. They are Navanita Penta, on the occasion of Naresh Kumar Penta's birthday. Is that you? Yeah. Haribol. And then also, feast sponsor tonight is Sunil Goparaju, on the occasion of his father Goparaju Sitapati Rao's anniversary. Hare Krishna. We want to also thank Shrohini Kumar as a sponsor, and also Anataram Chadalavada, Anartaram Chadavalada, on the remembrance of his parents. So thank you very much. And then Sweta Kumari and Vishal Gaurav on the occasion of the 6th wedding anniversary. Well, many, many, many more happy wedding anniversaries. Sweta Kumari and Vishal Gaurav. And also Surinder Jaswal on the occasion of starting a new job. Hey, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. We hope you have a new job and make it steady for a long time. And we have a couple of announcements. The Vedic Cultural Center, Bellevue Temple, now open. So we have a second temple now. It's in Bellevue. And it's open weekdays 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and weekends 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a beautiful temple. It's right in downtown Bellevue. And we're starting to have a lot of programs there. And it's very easy to get there. It's a little easier than coming here. We want you to come here, of course, but you have another choice also for our Bellevue Temple. And then the Vedic Cultural Center presents Carnatic Vocal Concert by Vidushi Dr. Pantula Rama. So if you want, that's on March the 2nd at 4 p.m. at our Bellevue Temple. And then we're going to celebrate Mahashivaratri on March 9th on Saturday. And our holy festival, or the Festival of Color, is on March 23rd at Marymore Park, 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hare Krishna. So, are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Any questions anyone would like to ask? Don't ask me what the stock market is going to do Monday. I don't know. I really don't know. But you can ask any other question about spiritual life, especially. Usually people are afraid to raise their hand and ask a question. But if you look at the Vedic tradition, like for example, the Bhagavad Gita is all questions and answers. Arjuna has many questions that he asks Krishna and he answers them. And if you look at the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is questions and answers between Yudhisthira Maharaj and his guru. So someone should ask a question. Don't be afraid to do it. You might learn something, or you might be happy to, hear the answer. Hare Krishna. Anybody? Okay, so we're going to have Arti now? Yeah. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Pramanande, Hare Bo, Hare Bo, Hare Bo.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद
किबा जय जय गौरा चांदे आरती को शोभा जानवी तटपने जग मन लोबा की बद की नैनी ताई जान बामे गदाधर निकटे अद्वैत श्रीनि भाष छत्रधर किबा बसी आचेन गौराचा रत्न सिंहासन किबा बसी आचेन गौराचा रत्न सिंहासने आरती करे न ब्रह्मा आदि देव कने कि बनर हरि आदि करी चमर डोलाय संजय मुकुंद बासु दुष्वादिगाय किबा शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुर मृदंग बाजे परम रसाला बहु कोटि चंद्र जेने बदन उजाल दे शिवनमाला करे जलमाला किबा शिव शुक नारद प्रेमे गद गद भक्ति विनोद देखे घोरार संपद भक्ति विनोद देखे घोरार संपद किबा जय जय गौरा चंदे आरती कशोभा किबा जय जय गौरा चंदे आरती कशोभा जानवी तट बने जगमन लोबा जानवी तट बने जगमन लोबा जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय दैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय दैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय दैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ramo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Govinda bolo Hari Gopal bolo
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 Radha Ramana Hari Govinda 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 bolo
Govinda bolo Hari Gopal 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 bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Radha Nil Madhav Govinda bolo
Radha Nilmada Govinda bolo
Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai
Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita.
Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra
Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra.
Jaya Sitaram 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 Jaya Lakshman Hanuman
Jaya Sitaram, 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 Jaya Lakshmana Hanuman.
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha.
Jaya Radha Nil Madhav Radha Nil Madhav Radhe
Radha Nilamado, Radha Nilamado, Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe
Jaya Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara Radhe.
Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिव्राज आचार्य शिष्य माता बचन भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद की। राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की। गंगा मैया की। यमुना मैया की। भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की। अनंत कुटी वैष्णव बिंद की। जय पतिवान गौनिताय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा श्री श्री राधा नील माधव लक्ष्मण सीमा राम लक्ष्मण सीता हनुमान सुबह संध्या आरती की। निथाय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरी सिंपल डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरी सिंपल डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरी सिंपल डिवोटीज, ऑल ग्लोरी श्री गुरु एंड गौरांग, ऑल ग्लोरी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय।
ददायिने
प्रहलाद लाददायिने।
प्रहलाद लाददायिने।
प्रहलाद लाददायिने।
हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः।
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 शिलटन्कानकालये।
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 हितो न सिंह परतो न सिंह।
हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह।
हितो न सिंह परतो न सिंह।
हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह।
हितो न सिंह परतो न सिंह।
हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह।
ओ यतो यतो यामि ततो न सिंह।
ओ यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह।
यो यतो यतो यामि ततो न सिंह।
ओ यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह।
गुहे न सिंह हृदये न सिंह।
बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह।
गुहे न सिंह हृदये न सिंह।
बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह।
गुहे न सिंह हृदये न सिंह।
बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह।
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे।
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे।
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे।
नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे।
तव कर कमलबरे नाकमद्भुत सिंहं। दलितालिरन्नकशिपु तनुभृङ्गं। कृष्णभद्रेता नरहरिरूप। जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे
तव कर कमलवरे नाखा अद्भुत शृंगार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरहरि 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 जय नरहरि
जय नरहरि 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 जय नरहरि
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय भक्त विनोद भगवान की जय भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे రవి గారు బాగున్నారా బాగుంది
जय राधे जय राधे राधे what is that Prabhu used to like that song your favorite song
Yeah.
like beat high up
मेरे मन
no no she sings one song no?
आ जाओगे इधर
आ जाओ गिरधार your dear dad wanted to listen from your sweet voice please bring your Keshav bana
don't answer. मेरे मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम आ जाओ गिरिधारी, मेरे मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम आ जाओ गिरिधारी, मेरी मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम
हरे कृष्ण।
आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
मन मंदिर में एक बार तो आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारे,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
मनमोहन कुंज
विहारी
हरे प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
मेरे मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम आ जाओ गिरिधारी, मेरे
मन मंदिर में एक बार
बारो तुम
आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी, गिरिधारी बनवारी,
बनवारे,
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
मोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी,
बहुत बार है तेरे लगाई,
बहुत बार है तेर लगाए,
करुणा नैनन में गिर आई,
करुणा नैनन में लगाए,
ये रोया ये रोया एक दुख्यारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी, ये रोया एक दुखारी प्यारे गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारे,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
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 गिरिधारी बनवारी, गिरिधारी बनवारी गिरिधारी बनवारी
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मनमोहन कुंज बिहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
माग जो हत खिया पतराई
अदराए
दर दर पर माया टकराए
दर दर पार टकराए
ये दिल को ये दिल को ये दिल को दशा हमारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
ये देखो दशा हमारे प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
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 मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मनमोहन कुंज बिहारे प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
थोड़ी कृपा इधर बरसाओ
थोड़ी कृपा इधर बरसाओ
प्रेम बूंद प्यासे को पाओ
प्रेम बूंद प्यासे को पाओ
मैं आया मैं आया एक भिखारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मैं आया एक भिखारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
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 मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मोहन कुंज बिहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
भेंट नहीं मैं कुछ भी लाया
भेंट नहीं मैं कुछ भी लाया
खाली नाथ तेरे दर आया
खाली नाथ तेरे धर आया
मैं तेरा
बिहारी।
मैं तेरा प्रेम पुजारी प्यारे, आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
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 गिरिधारी बनवारी।
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे, आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
मनमोहन कुंज बिहारी प्यारे, आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
प्यार करो चाहे ठुकरा दो,
प्यार करो चाहे ठुकरा दो,
पास बुलाओ दूर भगा दो,
पास बुलाओ दूर भगा दो।
मैं सब विधि मैं सब विधि शरण तिहारी प्यारे, आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
सब विधि शरण तिहारी प्यारे, आ जाओ गिरिधारी।
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी मनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
धारे बनवारी,
गिरिधारी 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 बनवारी, गिरिधारी बनवारी,
बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
राधा रानी महारानी,
गिरिधारी बनवारी,
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 गिरिधारी बनवारी, बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी गिरिधारी बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
गिरिधारी बनवारी
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मनमोहन कुंज विहारे प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मनमोहन कुंज विहारी प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मनमोहन कुंज विहारे प्यारे आ जाओ गिरिधारी
मेरी मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम आ जाओ गिरिधारी मेरे मन मंदिर में एक बारो तुम आ जाओ गिरिधारी
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই
দয়া করো মোরে
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে দয়া করো
মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই
অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোক বলে তীর গতি নিতাই সাধু অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোক বলে অগতি জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা পাতক তোমার
জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা পতাকা তোমার
জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা পাতক তোমার
জয় প্রেম ভক্তি দাতা পতাকা তোমার
উত্তম অধমা কিছু না কইল বেচার
উত্তম ধামা কিছু না কইল বিচার
উত্তম অধমা কিছু না কইল বেচার
কিছু না কইল বিচার
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
দয়া দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে
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 প্রেম দানে জগ জনের মন কৈলা সুখে
প্রেমদানে জগা জনে মন কইলা সুখী
প্রেম দানে জগ জনের মন কৈলা সুখে
প্রেমদানে জগা জনের মন কইলা সুখী
তুমি হে না দয়ার ঠাকুর আমি কেনা দুঃখে
তুমি হে না দয়া ঠাকুর আমি কেনে ধোকি
তুমি হে না দয়ার ঠাকুর আমি কেনা দুঃখে
তুমি হে না দয়া ঠাকুর আমি কেনে ধোকি
কানুরাম দাস বলে কি বলিব আমি
দাসা বলে কি বলিব আমি
কানুরাম দাস বলে কি বলিব আমি
কানুরাম দাসা বলে কি বলিব আমি
এ বড় ভরসা মোরে কুলের ঠাকুর তুমি
কি বড় ভরসা মোরে কুলে ঠাকুর তুমি
এ বড় ভরসা মোরে কুলে ঠাকুর তুমি
এ বড় ভরসা মোরে কুলে ঠাকুর তুমি
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে
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 দয়া করো মোরে নিতাই দয়া করো মোরে
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 অগতির অগতির গতি নিতাই সাধু লোকে বলে
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 হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম রাম হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে
জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই
নিতাই নিতাই নিতাই জয় নিতাই
জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই জয় নিতাই
জয় নিতাই 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 জয় নিতাই
জয় গৌরা নিতাই Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila
Jaya
Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudev, Gurudev, Srila Gurudev.
Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Shri Nityananda Rama Ki Jai.
Jai.
How do you make your screen not turn off? Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chanda Sushitala Nitai Pada Kamala
Koti Chandra Sushitala.
Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chanda Sushitala
Nita Pada Kamala Koti Chandra
Sushitala Je Chaya Jagata Jura Jagata Jura Je Chaya Jagata Jura Je Chaya Jagata Jura He Noni Tai Dine Bai Radha Krishna Paite Na Radha Krishna paite na he no nitai bine bai Radha Krishna paite na Radha Krishna paite na Dida kori daro nitai pai Dida daro nitai pai Dida kori daro nitai pai Dida kori daro nitai se sambandha naiya Vrita janma gelota
से संबंध नाही जा वृद्ध जन्म गेलोता
se posu bora duracha se posu bora duracha bora duracha se posu bora duracha Nitai bolilo mukhe majilo samsara sukhe Nitai na bolilo mukhe majilo samsara sukhe Nitai na bolilo mukhe Majilo samsara sukhe Nitai na bolila mukhe Majilo samsara sukhe Vidya kule ki kori beta 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 Ahankare mata hoya Nitai pada pasariya
करे मत्ता होया
Nitai pada pasariya Ahankare mata hoya Nitai pada pasariya
अहंकारे मत्ता
Asatya re satya kori mani Asatya re satya kori mani
असत्येरा
kori mani Asatya re satya kori mani Nitaye karuna have Braje Radha Krishna pave Nitaye karuna have Braje pa